Hi, I'm Bill Little with Consumer Goods Technology, and I'm here at the Retail and Consumer Goods Analytics Summit and talking to Paul of Mindtree. Paul, we're here today bringing together both consumer goods and retailers to talk about the benefits of analytics and making data actionable, and you guys are here as well to support it. Tell me why this event is important for you guys at Mindtree.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So see, as I'm working with clients globally, from the US or in Europe, we are seeing clients becoming really focused on data and on insights, and they're progressing to a more predictive state of the organization, and therefore data and analytics is becoming really central to what they are doing. Therefore, it's important for us to work with the retailers and the CG companies and understand what's the pulse, right, of the market. We need to understand what are the opportunities and what are the challenges. So this is a great way of getting to interact with them. And next, of course, we get to network and also share our point of view through our speaking session.
Yeah.
So it's very useful. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to hearing that. And there's no shortage of challenges or opportunities. So we've got tons to talk about. What are some of the key takeaways that you're getting from the sessions or from your conversations that you're having while you're here?
Two very interesting points came out this morning. So one was about the fact that consumers are ready to give data, but then maybe it's an obligation for us to be able to also tell them what are they getting in return. So some weeks back, we launched our own shopper study where we looked at shoppers and what's important to them in the US, in Europe, in UK, and the Benelux and Germany countries. And what they said is that, look, we are willing to share data, but then we want a great experience at the end of it. But if you look at how consumers are being asked to share data, they don't know what they're going to get. And what Dr. Vigan this morning was saying was that, look, it's important to share the promise. What will they get at the end of it? Why should they share data, right? So I think that's a big shift in our mindsets that we need to have both as service providers and also as retailers. And the second important thing that I think he spoke about, and these are, I think, two big takeaways for me this morning. The second is about driving data symmetry or information symmetry. So an airline, for example, has tons of data on me, but then I have no access to that data, right? I don't know, in fact, when I have to claim my missing miles, the airline asked me to share a copy of the boarding pass. Why? They have all the data.
Right, and who keeps your boarding pass?
Yes, absolutely. So I think there is really a big question of being able to access my own data. And, in our language from Mindtree, we say in today's world, there is a big shift towards self-service, and we're talking about the shift of power to the consumer. We term it demand, discover, supply in today's world, right? So demand is with the consumer, and they know how to discover the sources of supply. So it's important that we give in every context, whether it's in the enterprise or in the consumer B2C retail context, the power to the consumer to discover their own information. And that is really what Dr. Vigan was talking about, give that information or data symmetry. And I don't think that's happening yet.
Yeah, I think the consumers will be much more happy when we're able to give that to them and show them why it's beneficial for them to give us their data, and they'll give it more freely, and everybody will be happier because we can do more with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So finally, you touched on it a little bit, but what are some of the key trends that you're seeing coming out for the industry, or you're seeing coming out of this conference?
So there are two things I think to take away in terms of trends. One is that analytics is certainly becoming more mainstream, right? It is no longer just the technology or the CIO function that is accepting analytics, but business is getting more on board. And the second thing that someone spoke about was about analytics being the refinery if data is the new oil, right? I think the refinery has started production, so it's really gone mainstream. So when we are thinking of data silos, I think they are coming together, and companies are more willing to bring data together, which was lying in silos, both from external sources. So there was conversation on how weather data, for example, is being used to drive decisions and therefore actions in the organization. So how do you bring it all together to get the refinery going? I think that is also becoming mainstream. So these are two, I think, key takeaways in terms of trends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing that, and thanks for supporting the event, and we'll see you around.
Thank you very much, Bill. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.